And good evening, everybody. I am glad to see you, everybody that is here today. It looks like our chat is hopping, and I am glad to see that. Okay, so welcome to the third episode of IndieCD 411, and I'm glad you're here with us tonight. I do apologize if I'm a little off tonight. There is a low pressure spinning around the center of the country, and it's spinning right down my spine. But we will make it through. We are tough. We are always going to be persevere. We're good like that. So I just want to start out with a few things that we have going on for IndieCD. First off, IndieCD is doing an end of the year holiday special for people that want to get in on this. Through the end of the year, it is $30. That one-time lifetime fee for signing up is $30. And you can use Podcast One if you want to try to save another 50%, because, who wouldn't want to? Let's see here. And if you follow this link, that's how you get to where you get the goods, to get the good stuff at that link. So go ahead and if you have questions, let us know. Joe is not with us tonight because he is busy being the government man. But if you have questions, please let him know. Also, anybody's got updates, send your updates to Joe. He wants updates because we know it's going to be that time of year. So update. So the next order of business I want to talk about is I have two opportunities for IndieCD.org members. They're both coming up in March. March 8th in Fowler, Indiana. We are doing IndieCD.com, the sequel. Actually, I don't know if it's called the sequel, but I just said that now. Let's see here. That is March 8th, Fowler, Indiana. If you want more information, please reach out to me or Nicholas Talkert. If you want to attend the show, we will have an IndieCD traveling table again. I am so glad. Thank you, Amanda Talkert, for coming up with the name for it, the traveling table. I love it. Thank you. I wanted to give you a shout out for that. Again, that's going to be $10 for first-time representation. So if I've never represented you at a con before under the IndieCD umbrella, it'd be $10 for a 2-foot space. And it's going to be $5 for those that I've already represented because I've done the legwork already and you guys are good to go. Do let me know, though, if you have updates, if I have represented you in the past. Next order of business, we have BookFest, March 22nd. So it's a couple weeks later, and that is here in Peoria, Illinois. It's a little bit different than IndieCD.com. IndieCD members are going to be encouraged to attend and sell their wares under the IndieCD umbrella. So if you cannot make it, but you want representation, I will represent you. If you have wares, if you are an author, have fiber arts, wood burning, sign up under the IndieCD name, and we will just add you to our table. Just let me know how many feet you need. The breakdown or the cost for that is a little bit different. If I'm just doing representation only, so you can't make it, but you want representation, it's going to be $20 for a 2-foot of space. If you have been represented before, it's going to be $15 for a 2-foot space. And if you want to do sales, it's going to be $15 per 2 feet of space. So if you have 4 feet that you want or 8 feet, we'll work it out from there. We're just going under the IndieCD umbrella to make it a little bit easier on the person who's doing all the planning, so they don't have to remember to put this and this here. So if you want to be part of either event, please let me know. I will be getting the forms out probably after Christmas, or not after Christmas, but after Thanksgiving, which is Christmas with my family. So we will be getting the I'll be getting those forms out to fill out. So, if you have questions in the meantime, do not hesitate to ask. Please let me know. Okay, well, I think I probably bored you enough with enough of the, let's see here. I probably bored you enough with all of the news and all of the boring stuff, although that's fun. I love doing cons. It is so much fun. It's so much fun representing you guys. I have a blast doing it. So let's see here. Oh, I have a guest tonight. I'm teasing. I knew that he was back there. I do have a guest tonight. Bladed Thesis is with us. He is a member of IndieCD.org. He is a man of multiple things. I'm going to go ahead and play his ad, and then we are going to go ahead and bring him on so we can interview him and ask him lots of questions. So let me do this right here. We'll see you in a few.
Welcome, friends. I'm Bladed Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
Okay. Well, we will welcome to the stage Mr. Bladed Thesis. Round of applause.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. So how are you this evening, sir?
Cold, but it's, November, so it's not really all that surprising.
That does happen. Let's see here. So tell us a little bit about yourself for those who do not know who you may be.
All right, I am Bladed Thesis. I am a YouTuber, a Chinese martial artist, a 3-time published author. It's, in an online webzine, but I guess it counts.
Absolutely.
I am a Chinese martial artist, a Chinese history buff, Asian history buff, actually, an artist, photographer, musician. I have many hats.
I know, it's awesome. So I want to welcome you to the show here. I'm just looking through if there's any comments here. I just want to say hi to people who have joined us tonight. We have Dan and Rich and Foxy. You know Foxy. You've met her a time or two, haven't you? Uh-oh. I think we have a freeze. Well, then that's a good time for me to go through some comments. So we have Foxy here, and we have Zach is joining us. Trey is telling everybody to come over to Dawn's channel for tonight. Oh, and we have you back.
Yep.
Okay, where did we leave off?
Not entirely sure. That's one of the worst parts about this whole buffering garbage. I never really know when it cuts out on me. I just know that it does.
Oh no. Okay. I was kind of I think I was kind of go through, see who was all joining us this evening. So, yeah. And Trey is here. Trey's in the background, but she won't let us put her up on screen. Oh,
Howard.
I know. Carl is here, and he said choices. I forgot to hear first and on Dawn's channel the next day, but going to come over to Dawn's channel tonight. I appreciate that. For the NDC 411, watching it on my pages, we're kind of promoting it but we're also under the IndieCD umbrella, so that's why I also want to put it over on Joey's page for IndieCD. Yeah. So Carl is here. Oh, I think what I said was, I think you've met Foxy a time or two.
Maybe. I have to think about that.
So he's going to watch here first, then IndieCD, and Trace said, Dawn getting the views. Yes. Carl said his job as a YouTube watcher is tougher than I thought. Yes, it is. You get pulled many directions.
Yep.
And Donna's with us. Hello, Donna. Trey and Foxy. Next time I go to the store, I need to pick up some healthy items, then leave them. Okay. Foxy and Carl's holding his like until the show starts. I want to be like those folks who leave early likes, like on BMK's show. or nonchalant. That was sad. I hope BKM is feeling better tonight. That was kind of a oops. Oh no. And Rich is finding us, and Donna's finding us, and everybody's finding us, and Rich is calling everyone that's not here slackers. And Donna said she went to the other channel, and we all left, and we're slackers, and hey, Donna, and I'm just kind of going here. Gang's finally here. Yes, so we're all in the right spot now, I'm hoping. Rich had to drive to Chicago, so yeah, he's fried. I get it. And Donna saying, don't forget to like and share, folks, please. And he's gonna drop. Lovely. Okay, well, thank you. I'll take it. And Foxy's doing nothing but this stream. Red carpet was rolled out for Donna. Kitty is joining us as well. Hello, Kitty. Dan's greeting us. Hello, Dan. And Carl, yes, $30 with the special code podcast1. You can sign up for $15. And Carl might be interested in the Peoria event. Let me know. And Nick's joining us. Hello, Nick. And Chris is joining us as well. He said, everyone, check out the tea room, the tea house. We will be talking about that here shortly. Nick found us. Uh-oh. And maybe not too much shortly. We lost him. It's just me. But we'll make it work. Comments. That's what I do, right? Trey is saying surprise. Dan's saying it counts. Yes. Being published on a webzine, especially Ephelion, is yes, it does count. Carl said he froze with a smile, and Rich was calling us slackers because we do that very well. We have our moments. Are you ready to come back up? Okay. And guess who's back? The man of the hour. Okay, so let's get into it here. Where would you like to start? Would you like, because you have, like I said, a man of many hats.
Yeah.
Should we start?
We can start with the YouTube, because I mean that's kind of where most of my stuff is now.
Okay. I was going to say, because that kind of I was going to say that start with the tea house, because that kind of filters to a lot of other stuff. So
yeah.
He has. So what is the tea house for those who might be joining in or haven't seen it yet?
It is my version of I can't really do that. I was going to say it's my version of the Historical Fencing Guild, but if people don't know what that is, that's not going to really explain much. I have many, many years worth of knowledge in my head, and it's kind of my place to just drop all that knowledge.
Okay. As I say, because I've tuned in many times to the tea house, so you talk a lot about Asian culture with it. I mean, it's called the tea house.
Yep.
So I think you've talked about funerals, music, food. Usually we talk about food.
Food usually comes up. There's going to be a whole show about food coming up here at the end of the month. So
okay. What's been your favorite episode that you've done so far, or your favorite topic that you've done? Apparently he likes all of them. And I love this. Wouldn't it be Indy 411 if StreamYard didn't try to mess it up? We roll with the punches. I'm just making sure I still have power. And Nick said his phone burped. The tea room. Is that Thesis's version of the champagne room? Foxy agrees that it's true. Trey's hanging back here with us in case it beats. Hey, welcome back.
Yeah, that's going to happen a few more times probably.
Yeah, we will just roll with it.
Yeah.
So the question I had to ask, what was your favorite episode that you've done?
Oh boy. Well, not to blow smoke up anybody, but honestly, my favorite episode so far was when I interviewed Trey. That was so much fun, and we continued talking after the end of the show for like almost an hour after that. So we could have kept going.
You should have.
I know, but I need to get food.
which goes back to food.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So that is, I did drop the link for. Where'd it go? I did drop the link. There is the link for the YouTube channel. If you are not on there, please check it out. The Tea House back episodes are there. I know that one of the episodes that you had done was about training weapons, I believe.
I think that one was a while back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and do you want to discuss kind of what the training weapons and what you how do I say this? Just talk about it.
Yeah. So, as far as Asian training weapons are concerned, the market is kind of saturated with like Japanese stuff. You know, there's lots of katana trainers, there's lots of things like that, but you don't see a lot of the Chinese stuff. So I kind of decided, hey, I'm going to make some of my own. I mean, if they're needed,
people can use them. I'm thinking that's what he was going to say next. I do know that he has, and we again apologize for anybody tuning in that doesn't know, Bladed Thesis is having some technical issues with the internet and StreamYard. So please bear with us. If you go back, you can watch the beginning of this. I did show his ad that has his training weapons in it. And I know that he has been working with, I believe it's his niece too. So,
yeah.
Okay.
This is my training version of a Chinese Jian. It's a PVC core, and the rest of this is all pipe insulation and duct tape.
Nice.
And then I have this, which is a sword cane trainer. I have actually used this as a cane. And this is a wooden core and the PVC outside. That's a drawer pull. It works.
Hey, it works. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, see, most people wouldn't. And then I have these.
From this angle, they look like really big chopsticks.
They kind of are, actually. Trey knows what these are because she has a set.
Well, for Trey and you guys know what is. Okay.
This is called an emaitsu or an eme piercer. Balsa wood, a nail, a PVC ring, and they're used for basically stabbing attacks. They come in pairs, and you can spin them as a distraction.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know they were going to spin that shot. That took me.
Yeah, see, most people, if you don't know what these are, they're very unassuming. But
that is a very good word.
The metal ones have basically arrowhead tips on the ends.
Oh, okay.
They are definitely a frightening thing to behold. And I call these my fidget spinner because when I'm nervous, kind of like on shows like this, I will sit and play with them below the level of the camera where no one can see it. I'll just sit and spin them. I'm really good with my right hand. My left hand, not so much.
You're practicing, though. You can look at it as you're practicing. When you're nervous, you're learning. There you go.
I made a set for Trey because with all of her crocheting and stuff, her crochet needles, something in my brain was like, she needs something like this.
I'm just going to kind of go through the comments as you're talking as well. Oh, Dad's here. Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Sorry, gotta say hi to the dad. Okay, so this is Rich's thing on your whole StreamYard issue.
Oh no.
His Roomba moved into his router and demands sacrifice, but nobody can figure out how to get a 3-day-old Seafood Delight Subway into the router.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with that. I
Come
like
on,
that
George.
idea.
Help us out, George. Greetings. And so that's the issue. Yep, we figured it out.
That makes sense.
And Rich said he's not only a pretty face, he's a lousy dancer, too. Let's see here. And Trey said she's trying to get hers to spin like that.
We can talk. We
Yes.
can talk later.
Awesome. Oh, and Jim is here. I have known Jim since I was in high school, right after high school. So over 20 years. Hi, Jim. Thank you for joining in tonight. Let's hear. Thesis is with us tonight. And is there any other weapons you wanted to touch on at all?
Most of my.
Uh-oh. I don't know where he was going for this one. Let's see here. Hopefully he'll pop back on. I'm going to go ahead and drop this link here while he is hopefully coming back. This link is where you can find out more about all of Thesis' stuff, which I have trouble saying thesis, so sometimes it comes out weird. That's where you can find all of this information as well. Hello, welcome back.
Hello. No, Carl. No, dude. No. That got me in trouble, dude.
Don't want
That
to
got
know.
me in trouble, but I don't want to do that again.
This is fine. Apparently, I left Jim in begging for too long. I mean, him. I was like, I don't think I left Jim's comment up there that long. Okay, fine. We'll make it this way, maybe. So let's see here. Okay, I want to talk about my favorite thing that you do. And I think you know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You guys saw it in the ad that Bladed Thesis does journals, and these are awesome. This is a line journal. This is a sample that he has sent me to, because I have represented him at different 411 events.
Yep.
So this is the sample. So it's, explanation. So what does this say here? Does this just say the tea house?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And you change that for every...
Whatever you want. Yeah.
Yep, that's customized. So the title, the color, sizes. Look at that. So this is the front cover. It's lined. But that's the sample. This is the one that I got for my birthday this year from Thesis. And I'm actually getting goosebumps as I'm talking about it because it is so cool. I haven't used it yet because I don't want to, but it's got the lined paper. It's got the purple back. It's the colors that I love. And I love that wax seal. That is just gorgeous. So you do those as well. You have a couple examples too, don't you, with you tonight?
I have this one. I made this one for myself. This is not a full 8.5 by 11. This is cut down quite a bit, and I ended up moving the binding in some because it puts a lot of pressure right there when you're opening the pages. So I moved it in quite a bit on subsequent journals. It's red and black because it's me.
Mm-hmm.
And I made one for Foxy. It's in the back bedroom. I didn't grab that one because I wasn't paying attention.
Oh. Special delivery from Foxy. Hi, Foxy. Everybody's going to say hi to you now.
The binding is much closer to the edge on this one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is green and a dark purple. I don't know if the light can pick that up. It's actually dark purple.
It does look black, but I believe you because, yeah.
And it's also the smaller size compared to a regular 8.5 by 11 like notebook page.
I was gonna say, you made one for Manda too, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
And Nick, I believe.
His was one of the first ones that I ever sent like out to someone as like a gift.
That is exciting. Oh, and there's Indigo. I see a tail anyway.
Hey, want to come say hi, buddy? No.
Oh, no, he's like, I gotta follow Mom.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Oh, and Donna said, and her, she's got one too.
Yep.
They are so neat. And so I'm gonna say this right now. If you go to his page, his IndieCD page, that's how you can get a hold of him to order your own journals. He will work with you on color, size, and all of that fun stuff.
I even made Rich the very first tiny pocket-sized one, and that was an adventure. Making something that small, oh my God.
Oh yeah, because he said Misty and Crow and Brittany, and 2 for him, 1 pocket size. There we go.
That was the biggest order I've ever done, and that was actually the first time I was ever actually paid for one.
Hi, Indigo.
So that was cool to work on those.
Yes, that is very neat. And I just want to point this out over your shoulder, because we have a couple people here. Over your shoulder, there is your Tea House logo.
Yes.
And that was actually wood burned from our very own Joey, who runs IndieCD 411. As you can tell, if you're new to this group, we support each other in ways that is just awesome. We are all so different in the way that what we are good at, and we all complement each other on what we do, and it's awesome.
If you can't do something that you want done, somebody there can do it.
Yeah,
100%.
Oh, you did one for Lindsay too. I did not realize that you had done that many for everybody. That is awesome.
Yep.
And Rich said, worth every penny. And they're gorgeous. I'm loving them. Out of all the stuff you do, that is my favorite thing.
And I've heard from people who have gone to like the conventions and stuff with a traveling table that I get a lot of like interest, but no one ever emails me. So it's kind of like, all right, but no one's doing anything about it.
Well, we're working on it. We've only been in a couple with the traveling table. We're still working on it. That's why we do these shows too. That's one of the reasons I started this show, was to give people a platform to show, hey, this is what I do, other than just this is a website.
Yeah.
So next to your wood burning, there's something else too.
Yep, that's my Stag S series guitar right there.
And what do you do with that? Which is a stupid question, but you know.
I pluck the strings. Well, I just recently picked that back up again. I used to play as a teenager, and then personal things happened, and I stopped playing for like 20 plus years. And I just kind of decided,
he's going to freeze right here, but he's going to pick up. Oh, there he goes. He froze for a second.
I'm going to relearn how to play. And so I started just messing around. And when I was getting ready to do my very first ad, which was my winter ad, like last year, someone back there said, well, you're doing your own ad, so why don't you do your own music? And I went, why don't I? So now the music from both of those ads that you played at the beginning were written and played by me, as well as her ad and the countdown timer at the beginning of my show. So yeah.
Well, do you mind if we play your winter ad so everybody can hear your first piece of music that you did for your ad?
Not at all. No.
Okay. We'll be back in a few seconds.
Welcome, friends. I'm Belated Thesis, and this is my tea house. Come join me every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADEDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
Look at you smiles. I see that. And yes, I have a piece of calligraphy from him as well. It's actually put away for right now because I don't have a frame. I don't want it to get bent or ruined. So I actually have it put away for right now. It's actually with the picture of the kids that Alec did. A mutual friend of all of ours did a picture of Georgette and Buddy. And so they're all together waiting to find their forever home somewhere in my house.
Yeah. Yeah, I dabble in calligraphy a little bit.
Well, it's gorgeous though. I mean, it was really neat. I was very blessed to get that for part of my birthday present. And just because, and I know she's not on here, but I know she's your lovely woman. There is the bracelet that I got from Foxy, which you guys saw her make an appearance with. Indigo.
She'll be on here. If I have to tie her to this chair, she'll be on here too.
Don't threaten that, because I've been threatened with that within the last month. I've also been threatened to be duct taped to a chair on more than one occasion.
Well, listen to people and we won't have to tie you up.
I love you, Trey. I can't do the hearts, though. Let's see here. And I know we've touched on it, and I think you're frozen again. So, and Dan wanted to say he also did a Helium logo in Chinese for me as well. So that was some of the calligraphy he's been working on. So it's been really neat watching you bloom and blossom. And Foxy said we need to invest in some proper paper for his calligraphy. Well, that's why we're doing the show tonight. We'll see if we can get, drum up some sales. And that's why I also showed your bracelet. And Trace, give me love back, because I can't do the hearts. My fingers have twitches or something.
Hey, watch this. I can do it.
Now my pickle is sad.
Not touching that comment. Nope. I
didn't say the taco was sad. I said the pickle was sad. We had to do at least one, right?
Hey, it took almost 35 minutes.
I know. See,
I can't. Record.
The thing that surprises people of how professional I can be when I need. Carl said sad pickle.
Yeah, I'm not going to make the same comment that I made backstage before the show now, because we're being good. We're behaving.
Yes, we're behaving. The show is staying on the rails for right now.
See. Halo.
Oh, yes, you
good.
do. Perfect angel. So martial arts. I know in your shows you have gone into the history of how you got into martial arts.
Yes.
Basically, you saw a gentleman in his garage doing that, and you're like, "Hey, that looks cool. I want to go see what that guy's doing." What is? Oh, we have a study here. We have a question here. Nick wants to know, how do you generate the characters for your calligraphy? Have you studied Mandarin or Cantonese in school or anything?
Here's the thing. That's a good question, but the characters are the same. It doesn't matter if it's Mandarin or Cantonese, the character is still the same. It's just the pronunciation of the character that's different. And I did not study any of this in school, because none of this is available in tiny little mountain town Utah. It's all been books, and my first shifu that taught me, it's all been organic through me. There was no school at all involved.
Okay. That's a good question. Rich has a question too. He wants to know if keeping us on the rails is a challenge.
Sometimes, yeah, a little bit.
I think he's offering tonight if it's a challenge, if they can get us off the rails with the comments. We just don't have to look at the comments.
Yeah, we can just ignore them. We'll just sit here and talk. We don't even need to look at those people.
But we don't like to do that. We like to include our panel with the guests that are in the comments. So,
of course.
Does anybody else have any questions for Thesis, or is there anything you specifically like that you were like, I want Dawn to ask this question that I haven't asked?
Well, like your little photograph on your overlay there, I do have quite a few photos of sunsets and various other things over on my DeviantArt page.
Which I do not have that link for. Oh, wait, I do have that link for it, don't I?
Yes, it's in the private chat.
Hold on here. And
yep,
there it is. Yes, I took this picture as we were coming back from Deadwood, from Wild Deadwood Reads. That was the morning we were leaving. So
I actually literally just took one right before this show.
I love nature pictures. I think they're gorgeous. And Carl wants to say that's the same in Spanish. In most countries, the words are the same, but they are pronounced differently and sometimes have different meanings. So it's just something you study, keep an eye on, and
yeah.
Dan has a statement, and he said, I've recently wondered about how Chinese armor has developed over the centuries.
That is definitely an idea for a future show, because that would be a lengthy conversation.
Yeah, I was going to say, that could be a show. But just out of curiosity, what's your favorite armor through all the years? What's been your favorite piece of armor that it's either what you wear, what you think is the most beneficial to the wearer, or?
I don't get into armor a whole lot, mostly because it was not one of the things that Shifu talked about a lot, so it was something that I had to kind of go on my own and find. But I find that Chinese lamellar armor is probably the most interesting to me. It's literally just small squares of armor tied together in a tile pattern. I think it's really, really cool looking, and it worked, obviously, because if it didn't work, they wouldn't have used it. But yeah,
well, that's neat. Did you jot that down for your next show? Another show idea for yourself too?
Yeah, got it.
Well, thank you, Dan. We appreciate that.
Dan comes up with some really good ideas for me, so he gets extra. Dan comes up with some really, really good ideas for future shows, so he gets extra credit points for that.
Yes. Foxy has a question, which I'm sure she knows the answer to.
But what is your
favorite martial movie?
Now, see, that's a hard question for me to answer, because there's subcategories of martial art movies. There's historical martial art movies. There's the wuxia superhero type martial art movies, and then there's the realistic, like Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee type movies. So there's subcategories, and I'm horrible at picking favorites on anything ever.
Same here.
Because it's like, okay, but why? There's more to that question before I can actually answer it.
Right. And yeah. So kind of what would be some of your top ones that you're like, if you know it's there, you have to watch it?
There have been a few. So anytime there's a Jackie Chan movie on, I'm watching it. I love Jackie Chan. I love the way that he just picks random objects off of the ground and can just make a weapon out of it. It's just, and watching the bloopers at the end of the movie is just a must.
Yes.
If you get up in a theater before the credits start rolling, no, sit down and watch.
Mm-hmm. It's like watching a Hal Needham back in the day. And Hal need a movie. Cannonball Run. We were talking about that the other night.
And the historical type movies, there is a movie based on a historical Chinese battle called the Battle of Red Cliff. It is like a 4-hour epic movie just on one battle.
Okay.
That's a good one. When you are talking about the wuxia superhero type movies, either Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or Hero with Jet Li. If those are on, I'm watching it unless there's a caveat to this. If it's the dubbed version, I'm not watching it. I don't watch dubbed. Because if you go back and watch, like Rich said, the cheesy Saturday Kung Fu flicks, if you watch the dubbing on those, they use the same 5 people to dub every single movie out there. And it's really, really bad.
Foxy knew that question would get you. Thanks, Foxy. Yeah. Thanks.
And if it's Hero, I'm watching the Chinese version, not the American Miramax version, where they ruined the entire movie in the trailer. They gave away the whole movie in the trailer when they brought it over here.
Hate when that happens. Carl said that Foxy is naughty, so and she's laughing evilly about that. Houston Dave is joining us. Hello, Houston Dave. How are you tonight? And he says Marvel's Shang-Chi. Is that how you say that?
That's a good movie. For a Marvel movie, that is a good movie. I will watch that one too.
Anything. I'm assuming this is a Jackie Chan quote. I'm assuming. I'm probably wrong though. Anything a human can touch can become a weapon at need, from a rock and a leather strap to a 5-ton Buick.
Very true. Very
true. I don't know who that is, but
it doesn't sound familiar to me, but it could be.
I was like, it sounds like something Jackie Chan would say, but there's truth to that. Absolutely. And Fox is agreeing with that. And there's greetings to Dave. Let's see here. Any other questions from the Peanut Gallery? Unless I just called you guys the Peanut Gallery because you usually are the Peanut Gallery. Rich says it sounds like a Tuckertism.
Yes, it does.
There's truth to that as well. Oh, Dan, we're all wrong. It's a Tom Darby quote, which Dan is the gentleman behind Abducted, which is a Tom Darby novel, and and he has done things as well. So that's funny because that quote had us all. You need to design that and put that in a painting with stuff, Dan. Just saying. Houston Dave says that Jackie Chan is his favorite, and Trey wants to know, is that because we're a bunch of nuts? And Foxy has almonds. I had almonds this morning. We all know that. I had my almonds in the morning. And Houston Dave also likes Chuck Norris. And I think we froze up again with Thesis. So I will be honest, I don't watch a lot of movies from that genre. Just never really got into them, but I have nothing against them. I just don't know them very well. It's the same with people start talking about Marvel versus DC. I just don't get into that, but I have nothing against people that do. So, Carl said, Chuck Norris froze you.
I'm not even getting my issues with that man.
So he did freeze you to go onto the net. Okay. Nick often talks about Wagon Fu. Okay. I know that my dialect is probably not correct, so I that's why I hesitate. Kill Bill?
Kill Bill was good. It was definitely a Tarantino movie, but I can enjoy it for what it is.
Carl wants to sick Norris onto StreamYard.
No, you don't. StreamYard would knock his ass out. I do
But it
not
would
like
be a distraction.
I don't like him, and I have very good reasons for it, but I'm not going to get into it because it don't matter.
Because we are not a negative show.
Yeah.
Dan said, the philosophy of Dan. I'm at least a third Dan, but that's just genealogy. I thought you were a whole Dan. If you're a third Dan.
What's the other 2/3?
That's what I was wondering.
We could make you a belt out of something.
Rich is saying, waiting outside the Walmart in your station wagon for the bully.
Yeah, that's Wagon Fu.
Okay. Okay, I'm good. See, not only do you guys try to make it into a green room thing, y'all try to break me too as the night's going on. Dan said that his grandfather, and his father, and him were all named Dan. Okay, it was just the way you worded it and the way I said it sounded like you were a third Dan, one third. And Carl said you broke Dawn. Yep, you guys win. Foxy said you ought to do a weekly column called that, Dan. And Joey is popping in. Hi, Joey. We haven't destroyed everything yet.
No, I think the walls are still up.
And the rails are still there. Rich says another of Nick's favorite martial arts is run like bitch foo. And that froze. We froze Thesis up again on run like bitch foo. But he's not running. He's frozen. That makes it even better. That makes it even better. I was going to bring something up here earlier, and I completely forgot. So give me 1 second here. I'm going to run an ad real quick while I'm looking for this. Since he just popped in to say hi, I think this is the correct one. It might be the old one. If it is, I apologize. But since he popped in to say hi, and he is the reason that we are here tonight, we're going to go ahead and give Joey some love.
You're not wrong.
Dave gets the We Broke Dawn award tonight. Because everybody knows the squirrel. Chinese squirrel. And squealing. the prize. I don't know what the prize is, but you just. Yes. Composure. Trey says she's so used to hearing that at the beginning of the show. She started getting her stuff together. She's been Pavloved. Donna said you're drooling. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I have that effect on women, so, you know.
We do that to ourselves. The drooling, just not on the crochet tray. Dan has a book of philosophy called Midnight on the Tractor of Introspection. It won't be published until I finish writing everything else. Dan, get together with Dad, because I'm sure that you guys could get together with something, because he's a farm boy as well. And yes. And Ruth is here. Hello, Ruth. How are you doing? My laugh is the first thing she hears when she gets on after church.
That's a good thing to come in on.
The thing is, you just left church, and that wasn't a bad thing. I was like laughing at, like an off the rails thing. That was freaking hilarious. That was Dave. Oh, that was. Oh yeah. Trey has a serious question. Trey has a serious question.
We are serious.
That what?
We are serious.
Yes. He always says a word or a phrase at the end of the show. What is it, and what does it mean?
I thought for a very, very long time, before I even started doing YouTube, how I wanted to end all of my videos, because everyone has, you know, a phrase or something that they use to end their videos with. At least most people. And I tried out several different things, and none of them fit. And then I was just like, well, why don't I just, you know, end it with goodbye? And that's what that is. It
Something
is
so simple, but so meaningful. Obviously, Trey's caught on to it. Oh.
I'm going to try and do this slowly so people can actually, like, you know, understand what I'm saying. But it is goodbye in Chinese, which is 再见.
再见. Did I kind of get it? Okay. Like I said, I'm the vernacular stuff I'm not very good at. I will be the first to admit it. So I try not to butcher it, and I try to hope that people get that I'm not trying to be disrespectful when I the way foo and all that stuff. So So I wanted to bring up a couple things here. The first is because we were talking about the traveling table. So this was the traveling table at StompCon. So we have Halicon there, that we have Bladed Thesis, and we have Foxy, and we have the Dork Cave, and then myself. So that's kind of what the traveling table, did that not come up? Oh, there we go. It did not come up. So that's what the traveling table looked like at StompCon. So that's what I would be doing to represent everybody. Now, the other picture that I want to show, I'm going to stop this here. And because I have Mr. Bladed Thesis on the show with me tonight, I'm not good at this yet, guys. This is my third episode.
You're doing fine.
Add to stage. There is the Thesis representation. So I wanted to make sure that I pointed that out. So,
and you did a very good job with that. I'm very impressed. So
thank you. Yeah, I try. I did a little bit of plugging on my own there as well, but I want to. It's a dual plug. You see this? Your art, my presentation. It's a team thing. We can't do everything on our own. We sometimes need to work together as a team on stuff. So
very much so.
Let's see here. And Donna, presume that you always say goodbye Tai Chi. That's what the doctor.
Except you're missing one letter there, Dave.
It was, I think there's an A in there somewhere, but that's what the doctors think they want me to start doing to try to keep my back, my spine from deteriorating. They think
if you want to, I can give you a little bit of, background instruction, because that was one of the styles that I taught or assistant taught at our local college. So,
okay.
If you want to try it out, it's been good for me after I had my hip done.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Ruth said the nice repping, Dawn. Thank you. And Trey's like, I'm doing great. And Foxy's saying she's blaming StreamYard.
Yes.
Not a valid Munsey. What the heck were you trying to Munsey? If you were trying, if you were trying to get the QR code, that was the QR code to go directly to Bladed Thesis' page.
My IndieCD page.
IndieCD page. So doing good, cool stuff. And there's a greeting for Ruth as well. So, well, we've made it almost an hour. We know that the low pressure is kicking my butt today. Was there anything else that I did not touch on that you wanted to speak about tonight?
No, I think you pretty much covered everything.
Okay. Well, I do thank you for jumping on with me tonight. Luckily, StreamYard behaved for the most part. Had a couple hiccups, but for both of us, considering some of the things that have happened in the past couple weeks with audio power, well, not weeks, but the episodes with audio power. I did not know that you were running back and forth telling Foxy what we were saying.
She couldn't hear. And when the heater would turn on, she couldn't hear from the TV back there, so I had to run back and forth down the hallway, telling her what was going on.
That was awesome. That was awesome. And she's more than welcome to jump on programs as well. We had an excellent girls' night with her, Amanda, and Trey, and myself. So
it was fun to watch too.
Yeah. And if any other IndieCD members want to do an episode like this, you have something coming up, a Kickstarter or anything like that, you're more than welcome to reach out to me. And we can do a show. Let's see. Now the comments are coming in again. Of course. Dad said, Trey, are you good with a crocket as with crochet? Carl saying good show. And Trey said, I've never played croquet, but I would be definitely more for Bridgerton ball. We used to play croquet quite a bit. My parents have a big side yard, so we could set up a full croquet thing, and we used to play that quite a bit. So, well, if you don't have anything else for this evening, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I don't know if there's an episode coming up Monday or not. I guess we'll find out depending on what Joey has. If Dimitri gets his stuff to him, or if we have anybody else sign up, or if you have updates, send those to Joey, because he can do those on Behind the Code on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Central Time. So, and oh, excuse me. See, this is my voice starting to go. Bocce ball? Nope, no bocce ball. Oh, you too. Anyways. So we will see everybody later. Have a good night. And thank you again, Thesis, for joining us. I don't have a proper outro yet. You're very welcome. I don't have a proper outro yet, so we will play homage. I got that word in. You better not find out it's an insult. So we will do homage to our founding father, Joey. Have a good night, everybody.